Welcome to this video mini-series that talks about 9 steps that my recent client took, and it got him from underappreciated senior engineer to a startup CTO in just 3.5 months. You can either stick around and watch the video that I post daily. It's just 4 or 5 minutes long, so not too much of your time. Or you can go ahead and check out the link down below with the case study itself. That's a 40-minute presentation that contains the case study and all the steps explained. Hey, Dagna here, and today I want to talk to you about the second step out of 9. Branding is very important, and a lot of software engineers just get it wrong. The reason we get it wrong is because nobody teaches us how to communicate, and that includes communicating about our strengths. There are certain things that we just assume are like a baseline for software engineers, and that's how we compare internally each other. But people that are external to our profession, like recruiters, have no idea what are those baselines, right? So there are 3 critical reasons why it's important to really put effort into creating a nice branding information for yourself, like LinkedIn About Me section. Well, first of all, your LinkedIn profile, you can think of it as a virtual business card, and every now and then people just stumble into it. They just find it by accident. Maybe some of your peers, the network connections led them, or maybe they try to search for certain criteria because they have a job posting and they're searching for candidates that match that opportunity. So your LinkedIn profile is really something like your bigger business card, and you want to convey their information that will help people get to know you, get them excited about potentially working with you, but also help to set some expectations, like, hey, this is what I'm looking for from the future opportunities, so this is what I'd love to be contacted for, but everything else I'm not interested. Now, the second thing why branding is important and sitting down to write down a marketing pitch for yourself is because you want to practice it. You want to be able to come to an interview, and when you're asked, okay, so what are your strengths, you can just say it. And a lot of engineers see it kind of like that it's important to put your profile with buzzwords and keywords and not really care about the content, which ends up creating a very generic profile. But this is not the philosophy that I am all about. So essentially, what I do with my clients, the philosophy that I teach is really to be honest, to be completely honest about what your skills are, what your strengths are. And now sometimes it might be difficult to notice, because if we're naturally good at certain things, we might assume that other people also have it easy, right? And we're not noticing how skilled we are in comparison to others. So the process that we follow in step number 2 on the 9-step journey is essentially taking some personality tests, strengths tests, certain exercises, and input from other people that know you, that work with you, that live with you, and can provide some input about what it is that you're good in, what it is that you're bad in, what are your superpowers, right? And you want to write it down and be prepared, because interviewing is kind of like dating, in the sense that whenever you get a match, you want to make the best impression possible, right? If the impression isn't that good, you might just not get selected to the second round. So it's very important to be able to present yourself in the way that is going to help you. Now, let me read to you this testimonial that my recent client Tom left for me when he was going through this exercise. So Tom said, I felt like marketing myself meant that I needed to purposefully mislead people, that I had to pretend to be better than I am, and I just packed my profile with buzzwords, which ended up with a very generic LinkedIn profile. After I followed Dagna's process, the content of my profile now feels much more genuine, describes my personality and who I really am. Marketing myself based on my strengths is so much easier than pretending. So that's what Tom had to say. And I absolutely agree with that. Essentially, in this process, what we want to uncover is who you really are, what your natural strengths are, and then how to talk about them, how to just be able to capitalize on your strengths rather than pretending. Pretending is not going to get you too far, because fake it till you make it does not work for software engineers. And I wrote a really cool article about it, but we can leave it for the next time. So there you go. This was the second step out of 9 on how my recent client moved from being undervalued senior engineer to a CTO position. Stay tuned and watch the video tomorrow that I'm going to post tomorrow about step number 3. Cheers to your success.